to university and now in corporate, you know, growing up, I think we are given a certain mindset as women as to how we should, you know, carry ourselves and what
Mm.
things we should do, what things we should not do. And when you grow up with that mindset that okay, this is not for me, this is for boys. I can only do up to
Exactly.
this, I don't have to do hard labor because this is meant for boys, not for girls. And you grow up with that mindset such that when you get to a high level or when you get to university, you still carry that and you think it is okay that you are not supposed to do this. Only men are supposed to do that. But I had a quite different upbringing. I remember growing up, I would play with boys. Whatever activity it was, I would play with them, and I didn't like allow anyone to tell me that you can't do this, you can't do that. And I think that helped me a lot, getting to university and getting to corporate, because I had a mindset that I can do anything I put myself to do, I can actually achieve it. So I played with, bicycles. I played soccer. I even enjoyed soccer. I played cricket. So all of those things, I think they helped in building the person that I am today. And in high school, I was a
Mm.
sprinter, so I would compete with boys and all of those things. So I never really had a mindset of, oh no, you can't do this, you can't do that. But when I got to university, I think that's when I started seeing that okay, there are people who believe that this is meant for this particular group and this is meant for that particular group. Because I remember in engineer when I started my first year and my first semester and second semester, we all do similar subjects. And so we went through that phase. So when we were supposed to now, change part, like choose path, whether I'm doing telecommunication, when I'm doing power, electronics, or digits. I remember, and sometimes it's really sad because it's something that comes from other women as well. Because I remember when we were to choose paths, either light current or power, a lot of ladies in race would tell us that you guys shouldn't go for power. I mean, for light current, it is very difficult. If you start failing, you will fail forever. Most of the time, it's only guys who are able to make it in that way, in that path. So I was like, okay, but what if I want to take that path? So that's where I really got to experience this. You can't do this, you can't do that. But irrespective of whatever I
Mm.
was hearing, I decided that no, I'm not gonna do things based on someone else's experience, because that is not me. That's not how I grew up. That's not something I know of, that I can't do this, I can't do that. So I remember an opportunity came for a bursary. That was not Ericsson at the time. um, the sponsor at the time, they came and I didn't have a bursary and I needed it because my mom was the one paying for my fees and all of that. So they came and they offered this bursary, and on condition that you do light current. And there I was battling in my mind to say, oh my goodness, they just told me that no, that path you can't take, it's for boys. If you go there, you'll fail and you'll keep failing. But I made up my mind to say, you know what, let me do this thing. I am not them, and I can't do things based on their
Mm.
experience. And I took that path, and I'm really grateful I did, because I don't think I would have had the opportunities I have now
Mm.
had I
Absolutely.
chosen a
Exactly.
different path.
Yeah.
And so that's how I did telecommunications. I didn't even know about telecommunications at the time, but when they came and when the opportunity came, that's when I found out about it. And when I was doing my practicals with my then employer, I was really the only girl that went with the guys I was in class with in university. Because in class, I remember, I think we were about two girls in our class. So that's when I really understood that
Mm-hmm.
okay, this is really a male dominated field.
Mm.
And sometimes it will make you feel like, okay, maybe I do not belong here. Maybe I'm not supposed to be even here, because why am I the only girl? Or is it just the two of us? But I'm really
Mm.
grateful I took that path. And so I finished my diploma. And when I started my BTech, that's when I got a bursary from Ericsson. And at the time they were just looking for young, black females. So I got the opportunity and I was buzzed. And after that, I started the graduate program. Now this is where it becomes even, worse. Not bad worse, but that's where you get to experience your male counterpart or your male colleague. Their different perspectives on the roles that male and female play in corporate. So I got into my graduate program, and at the time when we started, the only lady in our department was our manager at the time. So we only had one lady, our manager, and it was three girls and one boy that we were taken into our department. And I'm really grateful for my then manager because I always tell people that when you get to corporate, you need to create your own safe space. Like you need to create that group of people. Everyone has spoken that you need to get mentors, get people you can talk to. And I'm really grateful for my then manager because she really created a safe space for us. I think because she was a lady and she understood how it worked there at the time. So she really created a safe space for us. She was one person I could go to and speak to when I felt overwhelmed, you know, and that really made me feel like I belong. But certain experiences were not so much accommodating or very encouraging. Because I remember I had an encounter with one of my colleagues, a male colleague. I remember, when you get into the graduate program, you have people you work with and they guide you in what you should do and how to do things and stuff like that. So at the time, I needed his assistant and I went to him and I asked him, okay, how do I do this? How do I do that? So he was showing me, and while he was showing me, he made a statement. I never forget that statement because I'm wondering why did he even say that? He said to me, I understand you're a graduate and you want a job and all of that, but this department is not for ladies. And I was like, okay. He was like, it's not good for ladies. I mean, we work crazy hours and all of those things. So in my mind, I was thinking, so does that mean I'm not qualified to work, those hours? Am I not capable of doing what you guys do? And so I just brushed it off because as a person, you also need to filter the information that comes into you and that you meditate or think on. So I just, brushed it off and continued. And I'm really grateful I did that because not to blow my own horn, when I did start as a graduate, there were things I could do that some of my male colleagues could not do, though they were there longer than I was. So I made up my mind that, you know what, I'm gonna be the best of me. I'm gonna do my best, to not necessarily to prove, but just to show that even women can work hard and achieve what you guys think you only can achieve. But there are some though who will really encourage you, because I remember one of the guys who mentored me once said to me, you need to be confident. You need to be he constantly told me you need to be confident, because sometimes you'd feel like inferior to even ask questions, to even ask, am I doing this right? Is this right? Sometimes we feel like these are stupid questions. But he said to me, you need to be confident and you need to ask questions, because that's the only way you really learn. So that is one of is an experience I had, and that made me realize that, you know what, you are not really equal to them. In a way, they think you are not able to do certain things. But if you put your mind to it, if you really work hard to say, you know what, I want to be here, I want to do this, you can really achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. And recently, I sometimes it becomes hard, it becomes very difficult, because sometimes you become, your self-esteem becomes low because of certain encounters with certain colleagues. Your self-esteem becomes low, but you really just need to encourage yourself and just work hard. So yeah, that is my
Thank you so much. Yeah. And it's actually shocking because this is the same experience I've experienced 20 years ago when I started.
experience that I had, but I really had to Yeah.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, good. I thought you lost me again. Thank you so much. No, sorry. What I was saying is that this is exactly similar to the experience I've had 20 years ago, right? And if you think about all the programs and everything people are doing, there's still a long way ahead of us to change perceptions. And we believe that if you put the work in it and show that you can do it, you can make changes. And I love the idea of the trailblazers. I'm not sure if you ever saw that campaign. I think it was some razor campaign or something about the trailblazers, the women who were the first but not the last. It's amazing, and it's exactly that, right? This is what we have to do. We have to show that this is possible. We have some learnings for you because I know we are running out of time, unfortunately. I think we could talk about this for hours. We can go to the next slide. Thank you. So what we were saying is please don't hold back, and please believe in yourself. There are several studies actually. They look at job descriptions and how women apply, and this was done via job boards, but there was also a more recent one done via LinkedIn. And men, if they have 60% of the job description, if they are fit, they apply. They believe they are fit. Women usually only apply if it's 100%, right? So there's so many roles we don't think we can do, we are capable of. And men get the job because they're like, it's fine. It's asking for 10 years experience. I have 2 years experience. I'll wing it. So please don't hold back. Please be brave. The other thing, and I think this is super, super important, is look for mentors. See who's there. If you go into corporate, check if there's anyone you would like to discuss your situation with. If you feel it's not working, just change. And it can be men or women, right? I'm not saying just go for female mentors. It can be either, right? Then one thing, and that is also something I experienced. If you're being discriminated because of your gender, escalate it. Do not just say, you probably didn't mean it, right? Please, please, please make your voice heard. I had a huge challenge at university with an assistant of my professor. He wanted to go out on a date with me, and I refused. And he made me suffer for that, right? But I escalated it, and I got help. I would probably not have been able to graduate without that help. And things like this happen to us every single day. So please, 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 please. And if there's no one to listen to you, if there's at university no one to talk to you or to your work, at least speak to colleagues about it and see if there's anything you can do about it. But please speak up. And then the last thing, I think this is also very important for me, is send the elevator back down again. So if you manage to climb up the ladder, make sure that you do help others, right? Share your wisdom. Help them to understand and overcome their challenges. Because I believe this is something we can change, and I've seen fantastic changes. And I mean the topic is so complex about toxic masculinity and everything that is around that, about biases, etc. But I truly believe that we can make a difference and that we can change this. And we see this. Companies have to change, right? At Ericsson, we have at least 50% of our graduates have to be women. And we believe in this. And this is fully covered by our executives. And we go through this. We even have teams where we have more women than men, even in engineering, right? But it's a journey, and it's a tough journey. I agree with that. Okay, that's all from my side.